Alright, cool. So you're currently injured. When you do a specific exercise, you feel discomfort in a certain part of your body. What should you do next? The 3-step process I have for you. Number 1, find an entry point. Number 2, alter the intensities. And number 3, add a tempo. At YouTube, what's going on? So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the process I'm going to take to recover from the lower back glute type of injury I'm currently having. So this video is actually inspired by a post on Barbell Medicine done by Austin. So if you feel that I'm more or less copying what is being said in that article, then I basically am. What I've learned from it and what I'm going to implement is that the number 1 thing you should do, or more should I say you should not do, is completely rest from the gym. If you're injured, say for example you feel pain when you do a bench press or a squat, you need to work around that and you need to work ways to build back up to those numbers you were doing before your injury without completely dashing off the gym. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how to do that. So number 1, I said, was find the entry point. What does this mean? The entry point is basically a weight that allows you to do the exercise without making the pain any worse. In other words, a weight that allows you to do the exercise with improved or stable symptoms. That's how he said it, which basically just means you can do the exercise with this weight and you don't feel pain while you're doing the exercise, or you don't feel pain in the 24 to 48 hours carrying on. So let me tell you my story. If I was to squat 120 for 3 sets of 5 right now, I would die. My lower back, my legs, like, it would not feel good. And the next day, I probably wouldn't be able to bend over and tie my shoelace, right? If I was to squat 110, probably be a similar story. 100, I might feel a bit of discomfort. However, I found that following on from what I'd done yesterday, 70 was my entry point. I managed to use 70 on the squats rather than what I would usually do for 120. And I felt no pain while squatting, and I feel no pain today, the day after. While finding the entry point, you want to make sure you don't make this mistake. You want to get rid of your ego, as it said, right? And you want to go down to a weight that will 100% make sure you don't feel your symptoms during or after. A lot of times it's very easy to reduce the weight a little bit and you start feeling pain and you think, oh, I'm not going to reduce it anymore because that's bitch weight. Oh, I'm not going to reduce it even more because then I'll just be doing the bar. Like, so what, fam? So what that you just have to do the bar? Like, if you can squat 160 but you can only squat 40 without any pain, you're going to have to start at 40. You're just going to have to start at 40. You need to stop being a bitch, right? And you need to reduce the weight to a point where you know you can do it without any pain during the set and the days following up. Or else, what's the point? Like, what's the point? You might as well just stay injured. Unless you're going to take the sufficient steps needed to recover, you might as well just stay injured. So that's step number 1. We found an entry point, a weight that you can perform the exercise with no subsequent consequences in the next 24 to 48 hours. At step number 2, very external intensity. Essentially, this means the reps, volume, the amount of sets you do, things of that nature. So what I would usually do is 3 sets of 5. However, now what I'm doing is 3 sets of 10. You'll see that I've implemented it on the squat, my bench, the deadlift, and a couple of row exercises I do. So instead of doing my regular 3 sets of 5, what I've now done is I found the entry point, and I'm using that entry point for a higher volume, for a higher amount of reps and sets. So now I'm doing, instead of 3 sets of 5, I'm now doing 3 sets of 10. So instead of getting 15, I'm getting 30 total reps at this lower weight, right? The way I see it is it allows you to work on the exercise that would usually cause you pain for a good amount of reps without it causing you pain, right? I could usually do, like I said, 120 for 3 sets of 5. If I lowered it down to 70 for 3 sets of 5, I'm only getting in 15 reps at a lower weight. And to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think that's good enough. I don't think that's enough to do anything in the recovery process or anything along those lines. So for that reason, following what is said in the article, I've increased the external intensity to 3 sets of 10. So now I'm getting 30 good reps at a weight that I can manage with no symptoms during or the 24 to 48 hours after the set. For that reason, this is something I recommend. If you're currently doing 3 sets of 10 or something like that, you can keep the reps like that, just use the entry point weight. However, if you're like me and you're doing 3 sets of 5 or 3 sets of 6, something like that, then I would recommend you find the entry point weight and use that for 3 sets of 10 or 12 or 15, something along those lines. Just get more reps in and make sure they're quality reps with the new weight that you're going to be using. Right, now the third thing I recommend is to add a tempo. This isn't something I would usually do, however I'm trying it out and I'm liking it so far. So what I've done is on the squats I do a 3-0-3, so I do 3 seconds down. When I'm at the bottom I don't wait that at all, which is why it's 0, and then I do 3 seconds up, right? You can do a similar thing on the squats, or you can do a 3-3-3. So 3 seconds down, you wait at the bottom for 3 seconds, you pause at the bottom for 3 seconds, then you come up 3 seconds, something like that. So that's what I do on the squats. In terms of the bench press, I do 3-1-0. So 3 down, 1 second pause on the chest and explode up. And in terms of the deadlift, I done a pause deadlift with a 3 second negative. So I'd lift it up off the ground, I'd pause for a second at when it's about mid shin or so, then I'd lift, and then I'd do 3 second negative down. What this does is it usually allows the injured muscles that would usually be causing you a problem to be contracted and to be working underneath an isometric hold, right? So they're working against resistance, against weight for time from the tempo component, and for a higher amount of reps from the external intensity component. So there we go. That's my attempt of trying to feed back to you what I've learned from this article here. There's a chance I could have just been waffling shit, and there's a chance that I don't really know much myself. However, I've made an attempt, and if you don't believe what I say or you want to get better information, then I recommend you check it out yourself. If I remember, I'll leave it below. And throughout this video, you'll see clips of me training yesterday with what I've learned and what I've implemented. So if you feel like you have learned anything, or I've helped you in any way, or you enjoyed the video, just let me know. If you haven't, just let me know. And